Hi, you guys. Can you hear me okay? Hey, Queen Bee. Welcome to the live. Hi, Dee Dee's Pharmacy. Hi, Melanie. How you doing? How's everybody tonight? Four Horns. How you doing? Hi, Backyard Gardener. Hey, everybody. Hey, so I'm finally here. First live. Hi, Fallen Skies Pepper. Welcome to the live. What are you having, Queen Bee? What'd you have for dinner? Thank you, Four Horns. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. Can everybody hear me okay? Yeah, it's 7 o'clock here. I'm in California. Hey, Talita. How you doing tonight? Lemon pepper, grilled chicken, hot salsa, and drinking water. That sounds really good. That sounds real good. So, this is so odd. But I'm here and I just want to say that I'm so excited to be gardening. I'm so excited to be actually um, producing, producing something in the garden and actually bringing it into my family and cooking it, eating it, and it's good. Hey, Miss Full Roller, how you doing? Hope I'm saying your name right. Glad you made it to the live. I'm a little bit nervous, but we see each other every day in YouTube, so I know you guys are gonna help me get through this first live. So anyway, uh, yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, and I want to give a big thank you to Melanie, the moderator, for helping moderating tonight. You did and doing well. Thank you. So, any questions? I'm actually the one that has a lot of questions, you guys. Um, I'm the new gardener, so that's why I entitled the name of the live "Can We Talk?" because I have so many questions, and I have this chart behind me that says garden goals because I want to set some pretty realistic goals for myself. Queen Bee says, "Are you using Streamlabs, StreamYard, or just the app itself. So I am on um, online, and I'm using I guess it's the YouTube studio. Everybody can hear me okay though. Well, is it a pretty clear picture? Everything's working okay? So, Backyard Gardener is asking me, what did I learn in about the garden this year so far? And I will have to say that the main thing that I learned in gardening is that it's more than just sticking some seeds in the soil and watching it grow. It is more than that. You have to actually develop, cultivate, and maintain, which is something I wasn't prepared for. I was just like, I want to grow food. That's not how it works. Oh, good. I'm glad everybody can hear me okay. So that's one of the main things that I learned was that, my biggest fail, or what I thought was my biggest fail, or my biggest lesson was I had this huge plan. I had my cups ready, and I had my seeds ready, and my water ready, and everything was doing so nicely. Everything was doing so good. And I came home, I was gone all day, and I came home. It was about 104 degrees that day, and everything was gone, just dead. And I was like, that's it. Hey, California bombshell. How you doing? Yeah, so that was one of my biggest lessons in gardening. Let's see. Um it's just that it's something more than just sticking seeds in the soil. You have to take time, and you have to really work at it. Hi, Tia and Lo. You have to really set some realistic goals for yourself. So you have to I had to really, I'm not saying you have to, but I have had to really rethink the whole idea of just growing food. I had to rethink that whole idea, that whole plan. Like, okay, what am I doing wrong? And so on some of you guys' channels, I was like, how can I do it? What am I doing wrong? I think it was on Backyard Gardener, one of her Monday grow days, and I was like, y'all gotta help me. I've been trying to grow this collards. I've been trying to grow this spinach, and it's not working. So that was the biggest lesson. The second biggest lesson that I learned was don't be afraid to admit that you've done everything wrong. Don't be afraid to admit that you need to start all the way over from ground zero, and just rethink everything. Just rethink what kind of things you need to, what your zone. And I was like, why is everybody still talking about a zone? What is a zone? And um, it looks like we need more help in our chat here. So um, Did you grow any tomatoes? Queen Bee wants to know. I am growing tomatoes, yeah, but I waited all summer long to grow tomatoes. I got the plants and I was very excited about growing tomatoes, and I got two tomatoes throughout the whole growing season. And now that it's cooler, there is almost 30 tomatoes out there growing right now. So I'm really happy about that. Let's see. You never, Nick's picks, you never pay attention to the zones. Um, I think at the top of the list, paying attention to the zone is one of the biggest, has been one of the biggest help for me because now I know what I can successfully grow in this area. So let's see. Hi, Purple Paisley. Purple Paisley Planner, how are you? Starting your soil over. That's what I had to do. One of the things that I learned about soil is that I was taking my compost out to the soil, and I was like, this is really good. This is going to work for me really well. And I planted seeds under the soil. Well, I put the compost in the soil, dug a hole, put the compost in the soil, and then put the seeds on top of that. Well, I kept checking it, and I kept saying, isn't why isn't this germinating? But it was because I wasn't allowing the compost time to develop. I wasn't allowing the proper time for all that micro whatever under there to work itself out, and it was um I guess all the stuff was kind of consuming my seeds. It wasn't just the proper way of growing. So let me see. How do I do that? Hold on. So I am adding Backyard Gardener as a moderator. Did I do it? Okay. Because hi, Off Grid Desert Farming with Paul and Adrian. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the live. Let's see. The compost more likely rotted the seed, and that's what was going on. Because when I went to go take my hoe to the soil, it caved in. So I figured I need to do this differently. This is not the right way. Yeah, composting being a danger, possibly being a danger. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. So can you explain, Tylita, what you mean by composting possibly being a danger? In the hotter growing zones, especially in the summer, in these zones, decomposition is accelerated. Decomposition. Okay, doing things like rotting the seeds. Okay, so that's a danger, and I acquire a lot of blue wrenches and a lot of channels all across YouTube land. Okay. It's not a popular choice, but I bought garden soil from an urban farm company. They got me started. So, one of the things that I've been doing, which is what I learned how to do, but because I was doing things my own way and I really wasn't paying attention to all the stuff that I was learning in the channels because I thought, well, this is easy. I'm just gonna bring my food scraps out here to the soil. It's gonna make it better because anything that I do to this soil is gonna be an improvement. But I wasn't paying attention really to the laws of, you know, the soil or the laws, how I'm still learning. So if I say a lot of stuff that don't sound right, bear with me. I am really a new gardener, and I'm really learning. I spent hours and hours and hours. Hi, Angela's Busy Bees and Garden. Um, I spent hours watching a lot of your channels. I spent hours, and I still got back there, and I still decided to do things my way. So this soaring seaward family, welcome to the live. um, so that's one of the things that I had to set aside, was that I'm a beginner. I don't know nothing about gardening, and I really need to pay attention to the things that I'm learning. So I started over. I started at zero. So what I started doing with the soil is I have an area that I just take the scraps to now. And I did bring in four horns. I did bring in some outside soil. I found this soil on clearance at Lowe's. It was regular. It was by Miracle Grow, and it was regular like $13, and I paid $2 for it on clearance. I got about 10 bags, and I just started working that in the soil that's already back there, and it has done better. I can tell you that once I laid all my um, knowledge that I didn't know about the garden aside, I am able now to be more successful at what I'm doing. So I'm starting over too. So don't feel bad about that at all. Thank you. I did feel bad about it because I think that's just a natural tendency. I felt really bad about it because I felt like, Tisa, this is not the way this is supposed to be going. So start applying what you've been watching, this hours and hours and hours of other people's content. Start applying that and start doing um, what you're learning. Start putting that into practice. So one if you are thinking about gardening, there's a lot of channels that you can watch, but one channel, and I don't think I've seen her name in here, but one channel that really broke things down for me was Barefoot Gardener. She likes to put stuff in a beginner gardener's perspective. Like a lot of people break things down in different ways. Like you can see back here, I have my gardening goals. I like to see stuff in writing. And I think that's one of the things that she did for me that I really appreciated, and I really started to get. That's how I learn, and I can tell that somewhere in there she's teaching, because I like to learn like that. So I went all the way back through all of her beginning, and I think if you ask her, you'll see that it looked like I may have been stalking her a bit. But hey, Timer 66, welcome to the live. How you doing? It takes time too, because there is also a process of observation, one's environment, to get an idea of what might work. That's true. Um, and it what I'm finding is that um, there's things that grow best in your area. So if you don't know your zone, if you don't know your zone, you won't know what grows best in your area. And if you don't talk to people that are in your zone, you see, if you don't talk to people about what they're growing that are in your zone, and find out what their trials and errors are, it'll take you that much more time, I think, to really develop what you're trying to do to really be successful. I have tons of plants inside, 127 to be exact. I love my plants. The soaring seaward family said. So, and you agree. Let me see. Okay. So, I also wanted to say that there was another juicer that I wanted to give away. And I hadn't, until tonight, picked a person because I was still really trying to figure out what criteria I was going to use to choose a second winner. So what I did was I went back through all the comments that were on the videos that I posted, and I noticed that there was one person that commented on all of those videos. And so that person is the winner of the second juicer. And I'll announce it shortly. So I'm going to be on probably for about an hour tonight, but I'll announce that winner shortly. I just wanted y'all to know that that was going to happen tonight as well. Let me see. What other questions do I have for you guys? Because you guys are so experienced. Um, Another thing that I think is really important. I'm not only just new to gardening, but I'm new as far as a content creator. So yes, the peaches were very good. They were very good, and they were very sweet. Um, they were really good. But I'm very happy that I was watching two different people that really gave me a lot of help on those on putting those trees back together, because they I had neglected those trees so bad, so badly. And the year before, I had peaches, but they were very small. They were very small, and they just taste really bitter. But I I began to use some certain fertilizers on them and watered them pretty regularly. And I'm telling you, this year made a huge difference. It made a huge difference in not only how they taste, but the size. The size there were some big peaches. But what I wanted to say about content, I'm not only new to gardening, but I'm new to YouTube as far as being a content creator and trying to develop a channel. But when I finally got some channels, I wait. I was waiting on different people to provide content. I couldn't wait for the different channels that I really like, or that are some of my faves, to come out with the next how they're doing in the garden, or how they're doing in whatever you're doing. I couldn't wait to see what was next. Hi, Dan, Organic Food Forest, welcome to the live. So I just want to kind of emphasize the importance that if you have a channel, and you you don't know who's watching that channel, because not everybody's going to comment, and not everybody is going to like it, but there are people who are waiting to see what's going on in your garden, or going on with your I know not everybody's a gardener in here. So what's going on with, whatever you doing with your hair, or whatever you doing with your face, or whatever you planning next. There's people who are waiting to see what you're doing, you know. Like Backyard Gardener wants to know how the peaches tasted. But if I'm not creating content, then who knows? So I wait every day. I'm so excited to see what's coming out of your channels. I'm excited. So that's one of the things that I want to make sure that whoever is, liking what I'm doing, that I'm constantly keeping you updated on what's going on in the garden, or what's going on in my life, or, you know, how's my juicing going, or what I discovered new, because I'm making new discoveries every day. There's some new discovery in my garden every day, and I just feel like I want to share that with you guys. So I binge watched Cheryl's Organic Forest, Food Forest, and Backyard Gardener until I found others long before I created a channel. Yeah, me too. I wasn't using this channel to watch everybody's stuff. So if I left comments, it probably wasn't under Green Organic Love. It was under my name. But Marcino Logo, welcome to the live. Um, so yeah, that's really what I wanted to say. Something that I thought was kind of important is I just made you a moderator, Dan's Organic Food Forest. Um, so yeah. Any other questions? Let me see. What questions do I have for you guys? I also want to say I reached my 300. So I'm very excited about that. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. Thank you for being loyal. I really appreciate that. If you're not connected to each other, also grow, connect to each other, because this is where I met a lot of you. In somebody's live or somebody else's comment section, this is where I found a lot of people that I'm watching today, that I'm subscribed to. I networked in on other people's uh, channels. So make sure. Hi, Diva. How are you? You've been lurking? So yeah, um, I'm glad you made it to the live. Let's see. What other questions do I have for you? So my corn. Raise your hand if you want to know what's going on with the corn. That corn started out real good. That corn started out real. Thank you. I like that music too. But that corn started off so beautiful, and then we got a wind. We got some real hot air, and we got some wind and a little bit of rain. And then I sprayed it down, it got attacked. And then I opened up one and it didn't look right. And then I went back out there. I was taking pictures along every stage and development of the corn. I was like, this is going to be some good corn. This is really going to be some good corn. But if I go out there and I take a picture of that corn right now, it's leaning to the side. The corn is leaning to the side. So let's see. Um, let's see. So, fail at growing corn in the past 2 years. I'm gonna go check on it tomorrow and see how it's doing. But like I was busy all day today, and even though our weather here in Hemet is a little bit cooler, um, I think the corn is ready. So I think it's just ready to be pulled up, and because it's falling over, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the corn, but figs and more figs. Are you planting a fall garden? I am. So, being that today is the first day of fall, I thought that I would go ahead and reveal what's going to be happening when the weather cools off a bit here in my zone. So, I am going to be planting, um, and I gave a lot of consideration to this as far as my zone goes, but green beans, green pole beans, purple pole beans, cowpeas, and see, I've been learning so much because who knew that cowpeas are black eyed peas? I was looking for black eyed peas, and I'm like, but the only thing that keep coming up is cowpeas. I'm looking for black eyed peas, and so I found these. Can you see that? Cowpeas. This is what I'm going to be planting. And of course, my okra is up today. The okra is up today. Can you put cages around the corn so it won't fall over? What I did was I put some string around it, and I was doing really good with the string until I saw uh, um, a bug. I think, I don't know what it was, but it was huge. So I was out there tying it up, and I don't do too good with critters, you guys. I'm learning a lot. See, I thought that I thought that it would be easy. I didn't anticipate that I would be seeing different kinds of spiders, and I didn't anticipate that it would be that I would be seeing a bunch of bugs. And I was out there, and one of them um, Chinese beetles kept buzzing around my head. Corn is gonna fall over for a minute. Probably a big hornworm. No, I haven't seen no hornworms out here. I've seen them on you guys' pages, but I haven't seen hornworms here. Let me see, what have I seen? Uh, I've seen a lot of grasshoppers, but the other one, it was just, mm-mm, nope. And I started wearing my gloves. What are my garden goals? So last month, my water bill was ridiculous. So one of my garden goals is gonna be to find a way to catch some water. So I'm gonna put that down as a garden goal. Um, the second one is just, if I got a whole pack of green beans, so that's also gonna be a part of my fall garden. And so if what I plant dies off, I'm just gonna keep trying. So don't give up is a part of one of my garden goals. And let me see. Uh, yeah, cowpeas is in the family of black eyed peas. Lady cream peas. Okay. So yeah, that's what you're talking about, Diva Jones, when you're saying the lady cream peas. I didn't research that, so that's all in the same family. Are you getting cornworms? No, the aphids attack the corn. So I had to, once I got rid of the aphids, then the wind and the heat came. So they just leaning out there. But I mean, I think they still growing. Let's see. Your garden is an ecosystem for insects. Expect to see more of them. Yeah. When I started digging in the soil after I started doing it right, it's full of worms. It's full of it looks very healthy. There's specific areas in the whole garden, um, and some of it is more healthier than other parts, but for the most part, it you can tell what's been, I want to say, cultivated, um, or what's been worked. Let's see, probably a big home. So those are basically my goals, is to get some water. Yeah, I can't take the bugs, and I do. I think all of my children that I go on garden walks with them every morning, and I think they're pretty scared of the bugs too, because they're out of there. We're out of there. To use an electric pump. Hi, Cheryl's organic food for us. How are you? Welcome to the live. I have to say good night. Important long distance phone call. Okay, good night. I have a video of a rainwater system if you're willing to pump water. Pump some water. Okay. Uh, it's a hand pump. Okay, I'm gonna watch that. If you want to send me the link, I'd like to watch it and see. I can't commit at this time, but I'd like to see it. You might have been watering the top of the corn with the water hose. Water not good. Spray water on the roots. So I have a sprinkler system, and it's on a timer. We have it on a timer right now. So um, I was going out there with the hose and watering. I only water with the hose right now what's in pots, because it's not in the area of where the sprinkler system is going. So um, good morning. Uh, is it Long Shay? Elon? I don't know how to say it. I hope I'm not messing up your name, but you said good morning. Where are you? Where are you? Because it's right now in California where I am is 7:37 in the PM. I know it's a little bit later for some of you guys that are on the West Coast and the East Coast. Oh, Philippines. Well, welcome to the live. Um, you're loving having your garden on a timer. Yeah, that has helped me, because now that school is back in session, I don't have as much time to spend in the garden. I'm on a schedule. And so I don't I don't have all that time to be going out there watering. By the time I get through running from school to school to school and all that good stuff, I'm exhausted. But I get up early, so but the time is changing, so it's not as early. It's dark. It's dark now. I used to get up in the summertime at around 5 and do my garden walks, but now it's not light out until around 6 here. So, and by that time, it's I got to get to business with the children. So, Angela's Busy Bees Garden and Homestead says, when I first started, I read a lot of articles and books. It helped a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I found one of my grandmother's books. Um, and I know it's hers because it has her writing in it. But I've been looking at that lately. It's a gardening book, and I've been looking at that lately. So I'm hoping to get some. It talks a lot about propagating, and it talks a lot about the different kinds of fruits and veggies. So um, I'm gonna read a little bit more on that, but it's so much easier to just look at the content that's on YouTube already. It's just so much easier. So yeah. Um, what else tonight? So, of course, I wanted to grow some okra. So my okra are up. Did I say that already? The okra has germinated. So I'm really excited about that. Um, I'm really excited about that. And I got sweet potatoes. So that's going to be a part of the fall garden. What else? So okra, green beans. Um, I'm going to keep it simple. That's about it. If I can get those things to successfully, the tomatoes that I have, I got ginger out there. If I can get the stuff that I got out there to successfully produce for me, then I'll be doing good. But that's about it. Okra, green beans, cowpeas, sweet potatoes. I got ginger out there, some different varieties of. I did want to try my collards though. I think that as the weather cools off a bit, um, I will be able to germinate the collards. It's good to know people in your zone. Yeah, I think that's true. Once you find out what your zone is, get to know some people who are growing that are in your time zone. So once you do that, you can find out, exactly like when. I was watching another channel today, and she was saying, she's in my zone, and she was saying that November, because we have a later fall here in zones that are 9B and 9A and higher. So November might be the best time to grow um, the collards. So I'm going to start different methods or use different methods to germinate them. The paper towel method I'm going to use, and then I'm just going to direct sow some um, at different times. So I think I'm going to do some right at around the end of or I'm sorry, the beginning of October, and then some again in November, and see how that goes. Because our rain technically really doesn't come in this area until um, I want to say end of October is when we really start getting our rain, our fall, and the weather really it's starting to cool off now. So it's not so much in the triple digits now here in Hemet, but it's in the like 80s, 90s. Where did you get your collard seeds from? I have a friend whose dad and stepmom has a farm in Kansas. So I got them from her, and then I got some from a farmer's market here in local farmer's market. So collard seeds are small. Yes, they are really small. But I just think that it just wasn't the right time for me to be germinating them. It wasn't the right time for me to grow them at all. So the compost has to break down and age. Yes. So the difference that I'm doing now versus what I used to do is I was composting on site. So I have an area now in the yard that I put everything at that I'm just composting. And right at around 30 days, everything is completely broke down. So I'm going to do a video on that soon. But it's just very interesting how you go back to it in 30 days and this some of the stuff that I put out there is gone. Collards and kale seeds look similar. Yeah. So he sent me collards, kale. It's like four different kinds of uh, greens: collards, kale, spinach, and one other one. But they all turnips. They all look the same, but he labeled them really good. So I am going to be, like I said, just waiting to plant them. So right now, hi TK, welcome to the live. Right now, I'm gonna just start maintaining what I've already got growing. That's what I said that I really wanted to do. If I can keep alive what's growing, like, and it seems like too, it really seems like um the stuff that are volunteers, it seems like that stuff um is doing better than the stuff that I'm purposely sowing. It seems like those things are doing better because I got some cucumbers growing, and I was gonna pull them all up, and I was like, wait a minute, they're green, they're growing, they're thriving. Leave that alone. So I'm gonna sow these seeds here, and you know, in my first year, it's just I don't have to be growing everything to be great. So that's a lesson. That's one of my goals. That's one of the things that I've been telling myself, that I don't have to be a great gardener. I don't have to be growing everything in the marketplace to be a great gardener. Volunteers are always my best plants. Yeah. And I gotta show you guys the tomatoes. There's so many out there, and they look so beautiful. They're all green. I'm gonna take some off of there, and while they're green, I'm gonna let them get a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna make a pizza with them. Some green tomato. And I'm not gonna fry them. I'm gonna try something a little bit different. So we'll see how that goes. I started with kale only, in 2017. So how long have you been gardening in all? How long, what zones are you guys in? And tell me how long you've been gardening. Yeah, that's a good start. Just to start with one thing, and instead of, because with me, 2 years. So you in 9B. So we're on the same zone, Dan. So you've been doing it for 2 years. What? Okay. And you started with kale, and you're in Florida. Okay. Angela is in zone 7, and you've been gardening for about 7 years. Diva Jones is in zone 8, 6, 7 years. So yeah, you guys are my experienced gardeners. And I think I lit up Diva Jones comment section too. I wasn't trying to stalk anybody. I was just really just learning. I was spending whole weekends taking everybody out, and I didn't know I was doing everybody's watch out. That's what I have truly given my time, but I was learning. I was learning at the same time. Backyard Gardener is in Zone 6B, and you've been gardening for 5 years in Michigan. Nick's Picks in South Florida, and you said you don't know your zone, but you're successful. I'm assuming. And how are you doing? How I gotta look at your garden. I gotta see. I gotta see what your garden is looking like, so I can learn some more. Because, like I said, I'm new. I think you guys can tell I'm new too because of how I talk about the garden. I like have this grandiose plans for the garden. um, I think that everybody probably was like, "No, Tisa, no greenhouse. You in triple digits there, and you got a greenhouse. You brought in a greenhouse." But yeah, Miss Full Roller is in Zone 7AB. Been gardening off and on, way more often on for 11 years. Okay. So yeah, that's some years there. So I have a lot to learn. I really do. And I'm happy that you guys have been taking me under your wing and teaching me. And don't don't get mad if I'm on your live and I'm saying help, because I can't figure it out. I just I figure I can't talk to you like on your in your comments section, but when I visit a live, I'm not trying to take over that live with my questions. I'm just trying to get some answers, some solutions, like right now, because that's my personality. I don't have that much patience, but the garden is really teaching me how to be patient. And after everything kind of died off, I went to the store and got some plants because you need a lot of patience to wait on seeds to germinate. And I came in with no patience. I think I said that in quite a few of my videos that I came in with absolutely zero patience. I've been a mom and a wife for a number of years, and it's like I want things like right now, right now. And just being a gardener is teaching me how to just slow way down, way, 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 way down, and just hey, look who's in the house, Liv Farmer 73. How you doing? So yeah, just patience, patience, patience with everything, patience with everything. I'm glad you caught me too because I have some questions. I have some questions about these trees, and even though they look like they're thriving, and the fruit is doing much better on most of them. I'm about to start cutting back on this fig tree. It's taken over my entire yard. The front yard is really taken over it. So, um, one of the things that I didn't research and haven't researched yet is when is it a good time to trim it back? And I'm about to take off a lot of it because, like I said, it's really taken over my entire front yard. It's and the growth rate is fast. It's growing so fast. Uh, Teaches patience and observation and correlation. So yeah, you gotta be observing things because if you're not observing, you don't know where your fails are, where your successes are, and you don't know, like the bugs, how to handle the bugs. Yeah, those figs were very, very good. They were really good. The figs are over for me. I made some jam with them, and I've given lots and lots and lots of them away. But my next tree that's getting ready to produce is this loquat tree. So it's pretty big too, but it's getting ready to produce it. It usually comes, I don't know why, but it usually comes around right around in the fall, which is really odd for a tree to be producing. Hey, Supreme Family Garden is in the house too. How you doing? Welcome to the live. Let's see. So Yeah, so that's what those are my goals. Those are some of the things that I've been learning. You said to cut it in what kind of weather? Let me see. Winter. Or in your case, just wait until the coolest season. Okay. So the figs are almost done for this season. And we rolling up on, well, today is the first day of fall, so I'm thinking probably what, like when the leaves fall off, is that like a good time? I'm bringing a gardener to do it because otherwise I would have to get on. I think it's a good, I don't know how tall it is, but it's about as tall as the house, and I'm on 2 levels. So it's a pretty big tree. Let's see. Y'all are connecting. Yeah, so any other questions? So let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and announce that winner. So I looked at all of my juicing videos, and I noticed that there was one person who commented on all of them. And that is the person that I have decided that would be the winner of the second juicer. And that's going to be Angela's Busy Bees Garden and Homestead. So, congratulations on that. Um, and I really appreciate your support. You've been here and making sure that you've been commenting on, and you've been a great support. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all of you because um, it might look like I'm harassing you, but I'm really not. I have no patience right now. I'm glad that I'm developing some, but it takes time. It takes time for a person to really get patience. A lot of you guys have been gardening for years, and like I said, this is my first year, and um, these kids are driving me crazy on most days, and so it's it's really a joy to be able to go back there and in a serene environment to be able to just somebody came one of my friends came by and they were like, you all your problems are back here in this garden looks good, you're trying to grow everything, there's no room to grow anything else back here. But that's when I kind of start slowing down a little bit because that was a little bit harsh. But let's see. Charles Robinson, welcome to the live. Hello, everyone. This is my first time in this live. This is my first live. So, um, welcome to the live, everybody. Let's see. Let me see. We are going to be juicing. Yes. I personally believe that everybody should have a juicer, like everybody. I mean, I can't force nobody to do nothing. It's not something that I try to force on people, but I personally believe that everybody should have a juicer in their home like they have a blender because I just really believe in the power of juicing and that good stuff. It's very helpful for my system. I just made my garden smaller and more manageable today. Yep, I just really believe that um, when you new, a lot of times you looking at people who have been doing it for years. Like most of you in this live, you've been gardening. You've been gardening for years, and I'm brand new. So if I'm watching everything that you guys are doing, and I'm like, "Ooh, look at that garden! Look at all the harvests they're bringing in. Look at that!" And I'm thinking, I could do that, but I gotta start at zero. I gotta understand that you guys had to start somewhere too, And I'm a beginner, and I have to embrace the fact and the idea that I am a beginner. So here is that embrace. I'm only growing a few things this year, and I'm gonna make sure that I grow all of them items that I decided to grow with some love. So, have you juiced strawberries? No. Um, a lot of people ask me about juicing strawberries. I would prefer, just because of how the strawberry is, to blend it, just like I wouldn't juice a banana. I'd rather put those in a smoothie, like kiwi in a smoothie. I won't juice that. But, oh, good. Thank you. Let Farmer 73 says, together we won't let you fail. I feel real good knowing that. Um, do you have room for my virus trees I bought because of your videos? Yeah. I really learned a lot. Uh, I a lot of my trees were had a bunch of spots all over them. A lot of the trees had a lot of the leaves were yellowing, and I'm the kind of person that don't mind cutting stuff down and starting over. And so there was one particular video that I saw, uh, lead butchering a bunch of stuff up. And I was like, maybe this is what I need to do, because I'm spraying it and I'm fertilizing it, and I just think that I need to take some stuff off of here. And so I did. And I think that once I did that, the trees just really started thriving. My first year garden, I think I harvested 2 cherry tomatoes. It was pitiful. Yeah, that's all I've gotten so far. Is I harvested those cherry tomatoes, and y'all saw me bring that one in and made a little bitty small salad with it. So I was so proud of that one cherry tomato that turned red. Citrus tree Google changed the world. Yeah. Um, hit the reset button on the garden today, and that's what I was just saying too. That I had this. I'm not afraid to just wipe out my whole ideas of something that I know nothing about in the first place, and just start over with what I've watched you guys do, and just start over. I'm not afraid to do that. So that's where I am today. I'm actually bringing stuff in and cooking it and harvesting it. So I think that my idea of starting at ground zero just kind of set me at a success. Hi, Miss Craft. Welcome to the live. Welcome to my first live. Let's see, what are you guys saying? As the weather cools off, you should get more. Yeah, I'm thinking that's gonna be true. Because I started in June. Is that when I started? I started in June. Do you recommend a citrifuge ginger juicer or other type of? Um, I can tell you that I've been juicing since 2013, and I've been through, this is officially my seventh juicer. And those words that you just ran by me, I have no idea. So, um, the juicer that I'm working with now is what is the name of that juicer? I don't know what the name of that juicer is. I'll get it and post a video on it. Yep, thank you to be. I'm glad that you're here too, because I think a lot of people have questions for, like, the people that we consider experts in about certain things in this gardening community. So I'm excited that you're in the live. Um, I think I watched and commented on a lot of your videos too. Let's see. Yeah, so Miss Craft, I I started watching some of your videos too, and you are like one of the most organized gardener I've seen, and I really appreciated that. I was like, you got numbers. You got numbers on everything. And so I feel like I need to number stuff too, but I just I can't do it right now. But I really I enjoy seeing the different personalities in the different gardens and everybody's, you can see, like, I look for that, you can see everybody's personality in their garden. And everybody's different. Everybody is so different in how they do things. Like Diva Jones 03, I'm always cracking up at your garden. I truly love it, but I never saw um an all tire garden. So that kept me coming back because I was like, well, how is she gonna garden in these tires? Um, but you had stuff growing and you were eating stuff out there, so I really appreciated seeing your garden, and I actually really look forward to seeing more from Four Horns Farm. Those are one. That's one garden that I really look forward to seeing. Uh, okay, let's see. Yeah, so we are rolling right up about on an hour, you guys. I'm so happy you guys came to the live, my first live ever. I will be doing my best to um, have a live weekly. That's the goal. That's another one of my goals. By the time I come back, I'm going to have these goals filled in next week. So I'm not sure which day I'll be going live weekly on, but I'm going to try to go live weekly. And let's see, I'm going to try to break down the content of um, my channel. So, as you saw some of my intro videos, there's going to be a juicing. It's going to be about juicing and healthy cooking, meal prep, gardening, because I think that all that goes hand in hand. Um, I think if you're a gardener, then you should be learning how to cook whatever and store whatever you're bringing in, unless you're eating it right there on the spot. I'm not going to mention any names, but unless you are uh, eating your produce right there, I think that gardeners should, you know, this is my personal opinion, and my personal opinion is gonna be the content of my channel. So there's gonna be some, I think everybody's pretty much seen a preview of what I'll be doing on this channel, which is gardening, storing, cooking, and from time to time I'll be bringing in Miss Tiana because she wanted to be on this live tonight, and I was like, no, ma'am, you know. I'm so glad you went live. This really helped me out. I needed to hang out with a bunch of beautiful friends. Oh, that's sweet. So, yeah, come back next week. I'll be back next week. I'm not sure. I'm going to kind of put some things in my about. So, I'm going to try to develop a schedule on what days I'll probably be posting certain things. Like one days I'll be posting my recipes or whatever dish I decide to cook. What days I'll do my garden walks. What days I'll be able to um, post certain things. So check back with my about section for a schedule. And I appreciate you guys coming to the live. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks again.